in the past might have thought it's a big amount, so I added on to my depreciation schedule, then you don't have to worry about it. Another rule of thumb for somebody who has just a few, properties, if it's less than $1 million worth of properties, and you spend less than 2% of a particular building on repairs, then you can write that off without worrying about what you did. So if your property is worth $200,000, then 2% of that would be $4,000, and you can write that off without worrying about what it was. If your property, when you originally bought it, was $200,000 and you spent $5,000, then you need to look at everything that you did. And so there is that rule to make it simpler so that you know what you're doing, if it's okay or not. But that is another rule. A lot of times I see people spending more than 2%. And it will also change the questions as I'm helping people with their tax return. If they say, oh, I remodeled my apartments, no longer is, okay, you remodeled them and it cost you $30,000 sufficient. I need to know, did you repaint, did you recarpet, what things did you do? So I can take a look at, can we take each thing? And I can probably take a whole lot more than I have been able to in the past.
For your 2% rule, assume you bought a property 40 years ago for substantially less than the market value today. Does that 2% rule apply to the original acquisition?
It would be your original purchase price. Because they call it the unadjusted basis, so if you like kind of exchanged into it, it's an even smaller amount. And so,
changes.
yeah.
So to write it off is always better than to capitalize?
It's, if you are trying to get rid of income in the current year, then you want to write it off. If you think your income is going to go up higher, or tax rates are going to go up higher, then maybe you want to capitalize it and take it over time. But it's called, do you want the deduction now or not?
Right.
Sometimes you don't want the deduction now, so you try to figure out how to capitalize it. Okay, Affordable Care Act. Take a look at your returns and make sure you don't have any extra little penalties that you're not supposed to have on the second page. If you're covered by health insurance and you're doing your return through software, the software will probably assume you're not covered, so if you haven't had to answer that question, then make sure you look to see if you're getting charged a penalty. And then if you bought it on the marketplace, good luck getting your 1095A. I don't think they're issuing them right now. And recognize small differences in income might make a big difference if you're close to the 400% of the poverty line. So that's something to take a look at and consider. Okay, it's 8 o'clock right now, and so I think that's kind of when I'm supposed to end. If people have questions, I don't mind sticking around for questions for a little while anyways.
You have some business
And
cards?
I've got some business cards in the back, and also there's a card that's called QuickBooks Advantage, a website. And on that website, QuickBooks is normally cheaper to purchase there. It's through our firm and we buy a fair amount of copies. So it's normally cheaper than Costco, but you should also consider checking Costco prices. And if you wish to get any of our QuickBooks classes, we do have occasional webinars. We also have the classes down in Orem. If you enter UAA as a discount code, you'll get 50% off on the classes. That's a little deal that we set up. Okay?
Thank you. Let's give her a big round of applause. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next month.
All right.
Thank you.